HR manager or a CEO, how do you engage your people at this time in these COVID times? I have with me an excellent CEO who is leading the charge in the, I would say, in the social enterprise field. And we want to chat with him a bit as to how he takes care of his people during that time. But before we get there, if you have not connected with me before, I am Charlene Pedro. I am the founder and CEO of Convos Consulting. We are a boutique HR consultancy, and we help CEOs and managers improve their performance and their people, the level of their people's performance. And really, why we're here is because of Conversations Over Coffee. I am also the founder of Conversations Over Coffee, which is a breakfast seminar, breakfast training program with a difference. We seek to inform, we also seek to engage and also inspire you so that you can leave there going back to your organization, going back to your office to make a positive contribution to your team and your workplace. Now we want to chat with Lawrence. Lawrence is the CEO of the Heroes Foundation, and I have been following the Heroes Foundation for quite a while. So I will allow Lawrence, welcome, to tell us about yourself first and then the Heroes Foundation.
Thank you very much, Charlene, and thank you so very much for inviting me here with you today. You know I love our conversation, so I'm very, very happy to be here with you today. So a little bit about me. My name is Lawrence. My background is really communications and geography. I've usually had this weird mix of socioeconomic focus throughout my career. I worked most of my career in the energy sector before I moved across the Heroes Foundation to take up the role of CEO. Now, the Heroes Foundation is really about inspiring hope in our nation's youth for a sustainable future. And what that really means is that we try to show our young people a world of opportunities that are available to them and help them to make connections to where they are, from where they are right now to where they want to go, to where they dream of going, and really get behind them so that they can believe that they can get to where they want to go and they can make a difference in their lives, the lives of their families, the lives of their friends, the community, and the country. And we do that in three different ways. We have a program called the Heroes Development Program, which is delivered in school. It was previously called the Youth Development Program. And that program is guided by three core pillars: life skills and character development, youth and sustainable development, and then volunteerism and advocacy, where we work with the students over a 3 to 5 year period, helping them understand themselves, how they connect to the world around them, and then how they can influence the world around them to create positive change. The other program is the Big Brothers Big Sisters of Trinidad and Tobago, and we're the local affiliates for Big Brothers Big Sisters International. And this program is a one-on-one mentorship program where we pair an adolescent or little with a mentor or big in a match relationship that is guided and supported by social workers who are case officers on the program. And it's really to give these young people a positive role model outside of their family network. We do it with community residences or children's homes across the country, or in the corporate workplace model where we collaborate with a company and bring the students into the working space where they get to understand the world of work through the experiences of the mentors. The final that Heroes had was sequential arts or comic books. Our founder, Philip Julian, is a huge fan of comics, and Heroes Foundation really started with the Heroes Convention, which is a whole big comic superhero display sort of activity. Yeah, and Philip found that comics really connected to young people. They would be able to read and connect to stories that are there. So we have two line of comic books: Heart of a Hero, which are stories based on real life experiences from different people, portrayed by characters in the book, designed to really inspire heroism and an understanding of what we see as heroism in people, which is really selfless acts to help other people. Yes. And Heroes of a Nation, which are stories based on national heroes and achievers. like Justice Ulrich Cross, who was our
Right.
founding chairman,
Yeah.
Professor Ken Julian, Paisley Crawford. We have one of the World Cup qualifying football team, the West Indies cricket team. So that's what was traditionally offered. We are moving and changing right now with COVID, expanding sequential arts into Heroes Media and Heroes Connect. Heroes Media is where we now start to tell these stories of our young people, put them, take that that interactive sort of activities that used to happen at a Heroes event, bring it digital, have live sessions where we have top industry experts sitting down with students from our programs, being asked questions by the students, having conversations, sharing their insights, sharing their knowledge. And we're going to expand that into 2021 as we build on that whole informal mentorship, sharing dialogue, cross-generational conversations to share information so that as a society, as we transition through this whole COVID pandemic and this period of uncertainty and rapid adjustments, we can all try to learn from each other and we can pass that information on to the next generation who are a bit ahead of us with technology.
Lawrence, thanks so much for sharing. And I'm saying thank you because, I mean, your organization, foundation, is doing so much. And I'm not sure everybody knows how much you're doing and the impact that you all are having. So, I mean, like I said, I've been following you, Lawrence. I've been stalking you. I've been stalking you some years now since we met about 2 years ago at Conversations. And I've always admired the work you do. And now that you moved over to Heroes Foundation, I said, wow, what a perfect fit. So share with us, how do you keep your employees engaged at this time? I mean, I know that their heart is in their work because to do that kind of work that you'll do, your heart must be in it. I'm sure there are long hours just to make sure you meet your deadlines and get the job done. So how do you keep your team engaged in this time of COVID? What tips would you give anybody listening to us and looking on?
Excellent question. Excellent question. Very much agree with you. When I came in, I mean, I've been working with Heroes 7 years outside of the organization. So I understood a bit of how the organization works
Right.
and how the people in the organization. When I came inside, I saw a whole different world that 7 years didn't show me. And it is the role that these people, these coordinators and case officers play in the lives of not just the students, but their families. When I heard stories from the parents about what the coordinators do, things that don't get reported up in team meetings or in reports or anything like that, just simply listening and talking and finding all sorts of ways to help, it's clear.
Yeah.
This team that I have here, they want to do this. It's an NGO, so it's no grand salary that everybody's getting. You are right. It is not a 8 to 4 job. They are working all the time. Your phone is always available for somebody to call. They're working on weekends. They very often don't get time to disconnect. And what I had to really learn when I came across here, coming from an energy kind of environment that is very delivery focused and process focused, was listen, was how to listen, and really had to understand what listening really meant. I mean, I've gone through many different programs on listening, and you understand what active listening is
Yeah.
supposed to be like. But when you come into a whole new world where the experience of your entire team is a little bit different from yours, I had to really listen to what they were saying and what they were not saying. Because they got a new CEO in March, 2 weeks after COVID hit. They
Mm.
got all
Wow.
excited when I came
Wow.
in.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, they got all excited when I came and I started talking about technology. So I'm like, yeah, we're gonna digitize, we're gonna get laptops to everybody. You're not gonna have to come in office, you can work from home. So they were all excited when
Yeah.
COVID hit. Good. So we're doing it. Let's go. The next day I had everybody up on calls and using Microsoft. We were using what platform were we using? We were using LifeSite. It was a platform
Okay.
that I was borrowing from De Novo, where I previously worked. They were very, very helpful in that. And got everybody up and we're having all these calls, which was normal for me. So I'm accustomed to working online, accustomed to
Yes.
working remotely. that transition period, because we were connecting to the students, was long. Our days would start at 7 a.m. and they would not end till like 10 o'clock in the night.
Wow. Wow.
And then I'm asking everybody if everybody's fine. Everybody's just saying yes, 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 and going along. And then one of my employees in the meeting said, I'm feeling overwhelmed. And I'm like, you're feeling overwhelmed? Like, where did this come from all of a sudden? I thought we were going well. And then they're like, no, well. And she started to explain everything. I'm like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. I'm not feeling like that. I don't understand that. But I hear what you're saying. What else would you like to say? And then the others started to talk as well. And they started to explain. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that they never used Microsoft Outlook before.
Oh.
We have that conversation when I started to roll out all these technology things. So they were learning everything that I was them. But they really are heroes because they were taking it and they were running with it and they were trying to learn on their own. And I think when they got comfortable to say that they were having problems, and they started to say exactly what they were experiencing and why they were experiencing it that particular way, because I didn't understand. I mean, I ever since I started working, I was working on my phone using Microsoft. I understood the whole Microsoft suite. It wasn't they never ever used these
So
things
what
before.
went through your mind when they were now saying that they were having challenges?
I was like, the first thing I thought was, these people must think I'm a real beast boy.
The
Because like
BCEO, the new BCEO.
I came in with all these plans and all these ideas, and yes, we're going, and it was fast track energy sector kind of development project. That
Okay.
it was yeah, let's do this, and they were delivering. That was the thing. So they were delivering, and I was like, yeah, so we're doing this, we have a lot to do. Let's put this in place. Let's move this into there. And then when I had to step back and listen to what they were saying, because they had gave some extremely valuable insights to the students. So the other thing there was that the students were taking the technology and running with it. So when I would talk to
Yes.
the students were a lot more open than the
Okay. I guess
students.
probably the age.
Yeah, they were excited by everything, so they were
Yeah.
there, and the students were actually helping the coordinators to learn the tools, which was fantastic because they found something else to bond over.
Right.
So when all that happened, the first thing that I decided to do was install checkpoints. And
Okay.
I think
Great
that
tip.
came from one of your sessions, because I think we
Okay.
had one of your sessions about having a checkpoint ever so often to just
Right.
check where we
Right.
are, know what we're doing, see how people are feeling.
Right.
Very importantly, see how people are feeling. Staff started to ask for more things. So now we have when we do our staff meetings, there's a feelings check-in.
Okay. Like that. Big tip there. Feelings check-in. Yeah.
I didn't understand it at first. We did it for a month, and I was like, okay, because for me it felt as if somebody had a problem and had to find a solution. And I told the team that I'm like, I don't understand this feeling check-in. You all love this, but I don't understand it. Because again, because this is their thing. Their thing is people. I'm like, no, sometimes you just need a space to talk
Yeah.
and to know that people are listening and people won't judge you or won't
Yes.
tell
Yes.
you anything. And when they said that, and when that registered to me, I mean, the feeling check-ins have been fantastic. So just
Great.
you can come to a team and tell them anything, and they will be there to support you. And then later on, if you need help, you can ask for help because they understand who you are. Then you understand what you can tell them. Because if somebody is trying to deliver something, um, and they come in the meeting and they say, well, I'm feeling a bit pressured today, I'm feeling a bit frustrated, I have a lot on my plate, I'm fine, I can get it done. Everyone else knows, okay, cool. So this person is in this situation today. They're working hard, they're doing things well. Just accept that and keep that in your mind when you're relating to them, conversation to them. Because we're not just transitioning. Heroes wasn't just transitioning as an organization. We were transitioning during COVID.
Yes. Yes. So there was a lot of news for the team. And what I'm hearing you say, if I had to write an article, get an article headline, will be about psychological safety creating that psychological safety for your team could be open as to how they feel. And many times we think that these softy, touchy things are not as important as the so-called technical skills like project management. But if you are not comfortable and if you are not feeling overwhelmed, as your staff said, it's very difficult to use those high valued, I'm putting high valued in quotes, high valued technical skills to get the job done. So, what I'm hearing you saying is that you have created a psychological safe space, albeit after some time, because you're new, so that your team can feel comfortable. And I love that feelings check-in. So if there's one big tip, Lawrence, that I want to take away from you is to have that feelings check-in. Otherwise, people can fall through the cracks. We get so busy. I would say we get busy on the project deliverables and we forget the people who are working on the project. So thanks so much for bringing that home to us. Now, as I say, I've been a fan of yours, and I know you've been a fan of mine without tooting my horn.
Yes, really
And
definitely.
we first met at Conversations Over Coffee. I think, I can't remember if it was last year, but it seems so long ago. I seem to have known you for years, Lawrence. But we met at Conversations Over Coffee, and I remember, I still have the picture on my phone. I remember you came all dappered in your suit and you had a little tie with purple and the hanky with purple. And I also had on a purple striped dress. So we cut a nice picture together. And we're having it coming up in December the 11th. What it is that you loved about Conversations, that you support us last year, you support us earlier in March. What is it you really loved about Conversations? Why attend?
I really do think what Conversations does is bring these big ideas down into simple bites that connect with you. Just how the structure of the sessions allow you to think about these grand ideas when it comes to HR, yes, but more so people and people development. Um, and the conversations that actually happen in the big group and in the small group and the activities and the exercises brings it down so beautifully and practically in that tight time slot that I think you can go through so many different thoughts and ideas and learning points. That's amazing. I mean, you would know one of the coordinators at Heroes. She went to one of these sessions this year, and she was amazed. I mean, that played a huge role in how
Wow.
she then stepped up in the organization.
Wow.
They were able to sit and have the conversation because she came back, she shared what she learned about the session. The team understood what she was saying, so it was very clear that what she learned at the session, that she really understood what she was saying,
Right.
because
Wow.
in such a way. So it's definitely, I would say definitely not just to something like HR managers and CEOs. I think anybody who wants to learn and grow in an organization, learn about people, understand how to help people to develop inside of an organization will benefit well from how the structure of conversations is. Because it's not just theory, it is theory, thought, practice.
Mm. No, Lawrence, you're making my heart sing, right? Because like you and the work of Heroes Foundation is, you're not touching all the young people that you work with and also those who are doing mentorship with them. And, I have found that through my work as a trainer that I can use what I do to also touch people and make a difference. So I am really, really, like I say, I'm jumping on the inside and dancing on the inside because it when you could get validation of what you're doing, like you've just shared, then I know that I'm on the right path and I know I'm encouraged to do more and to do it better. Yeah, see how we can do it better. We are now virtual. So as I tell people, we swung to virtual pretty early in the game because we figured we couldn't give up on conversation the way it started. We just couldn't give up. So we're having it virtually again on December the 11th, and I know that I am going to see you there. Uh,
Definitely. See me, you're going to see some of my team members there as well.
Excellent, excellent. And as you said, it's not just for HR, because in there, if you're leading a team, you will get tips as to how to lead your team. Simple as you said, listen more. So those little tips. And we have exciting presenters. We do have as you know, the CEO of Rams Logistics, another company that I follow. Once you're doing good work, I'm on you. Okay, so Lawrence, if anybody wants to connect with you to support your programs or even to connect with you to learn more, because I always believe in building your network and sharing, what's the best way they can reach you?
Easiest way is social media. So LinkedIn, and follow the Heroes Foundation page,
Of course,
media platform. But yeah, pop on the link,
definitely.
send a message, send a note. I will get it. I will respond eventually. Eventually, I will.
Yes, I know you will.
Because it is a little complicated these days. But LinkedIn, I mean, social media is the way to go for everything right now.
Yes, I think so. And that's where they could find you. So just look you up on LinkedIn in particular. So let me raise my mug, my coffee mug to you, Lawrence. Thank you very much and cheers.
Yeah.
So we will chat again for our next session of Convos with Charlene. Bye-bye.